On August 4, 1945, Soviet schoolchildren walked into the residence of the U.S. ambassador in Moscow and handed over a wooden carving of the Great Seal. A gift between wartime allies. Ambassador Avril Harriman hung it on his study wall. It stayed there for 7 years. And for 7 years, the Soviets listened to every single conversation in that room. The device inside was built by Leon Theremin, the same man behind the eerie, hands-free musical instrument that bears his name. In 1938, he vanished from his New York studio. His wife said he was abducted. Whatever happened, he ended up back in the USSR, in a Sharashka, a secret prison research lab. That's where he built this. Technically, it was a passive resonant cavity microphone. In practice, it was absurdly elegant. No battery. No wires. No active electronics. Standard sweeps looked for radio emissions or components and found nothing because there was nothing to find. It just sat there. Until activated. Soviet operatives outside the building beamed radio waves at the seal at exactly the right frequency. That energized a thin membrane inside, which vibrated with the sound of the room, voices, conversations, and modulated the signal bouncing back. The Soviets just listened to the echo. No power source. No maintenance. No reason to ever go near it again. It hung there through the end of the war, through the Berlin blockade, through Korea. Its discovery came almost by accident. In 1951, a British radio operator monitoring Soviet frequencies heard American voices where they shouldn't be. The Americans swept the embassy. Found nothing. Then in September 1952, technicians tried something different. Instead of hunting for a signal, they created one. Ambassador George Kennan sat in his study and dictated a routine dispatch out loud while they swept the room. A signal spiked near his desk. They pulled the seal off the wall. No batteries. No circuits. The FBI, CIA, and Naval Research Lab all examined it and couldn't explain how it worked. It went to MI5, where a Marconi scientist named Peter Wright, later famous for the memoir Spycatcher, finally got it running and figured out the principle. His work led to a British copy, codenamed Satyr, used by Western intelligence through the 1950s. The Americans sat on the discovery for 8 years. Then in 1960, after the Soviets shot down a U-2 spy plane and hauled the US before the UN Security Council to denounce American espionage, the US delegation produced the bugged seal, live, as their answer. Theremin was released in 1947, given a Stalin Prize, and kept working in Soviet labs for decades. He died in 1993 at 97, and never said publicly what he thought about any of it. A replica sits at the National Cryptologic Museum in Maryland. You can open the case and look inside, the same design that hung on an ambassador's wall for 7 years, doing nothing but waiting and listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe for more signal history.